Now we'll understand how do we select the second type of hanger, that is the variable spring hanger, where the load varies according to the during the movement of the hanger. So how do you select a variable spring hanger? So again we will use the same manufacturer's catalog, and the procedure I will explain with respect to the catalog. So let's open the catalog. Okay, so here the catalog looks like this. So let me explain the layout. So the first three columns, so these are the different models of the hangers. So here we are talking about variable spring hangers and supports. So the models are available in series VS1, VS3, VS2 and VS1. So there are three series which are available, which are having different stiffnesses. And on the horizontal axis, we are having the different sizes of the hangers. So we have the spring hanger series on vertical axis and the hanger size on the horizontal axis. So the first step in selecting the hanger is to locate your operating or the hot load condition into this particular chart. So as you can see here, the numbers in each cell, they indicate the load for corresponding to a particular model. So in these cells, you locate your hot condition load. So let's say your hot condition load is 181. You locate in this table a cell corresponding to 181. So it may be available at multiple series and size combinations. So select, in that case, select one of them. Once you get that corresponding to this size, in this model table, you will get the displacement. So if you select series VS1, you will get displacement of 6 millimeters. So in hot condition, when the load is what we have assumed, you will get displacement of 6 millimeters. In your design, you would know how much is the movement of your support from cold condition to hot condition. So now we are at the hot condition. So let's say the movement of your hanger is given as 8 millimeters. Now here the direction of the spring hanger is important. So from cold condition to hot condition, the pipe may move either upward or in the downward direction. So we should know which direction it is moving. From this hot condition displacement, you have to move in the opposite to that of the pipe movement. So the pipe is moving from cold to hot in upward condition. In this case, we have to move in the downward condition. Or if from cold to hot the pipe is moving in the downward direction, then we have to move in the opposite, that is in the upward direction. So let's assume that our pipe in our case from cold condition to hot condition is moving upward by 8 millimeters. So in that case we have to move down by 8 millimeters. So 6 plus 8 will become 14. So we have to reach at the cold condition. So this is hot condition displacement of the hanger. In the cold condition, the displacement would be 14 millimeters. So remember that this is cold condition and this is hot condition, and the movement is upward from cold to hot. And in the catalog, we have to move in the downward direction. Now corresponding to the series whatever you have selected, you have to again go back into this catalog. So move along this catalog and find out the load the hanger will have in the cold condition. So we started with our hot condition load, which was 181, and in the cold condition we said that that particular model that we have selected will have load of 218 kilogram. The difference between the hot condition and cold condition is typically within 25%. So it may be specified by the customer, or if it is not specified, the general thumb rule is to maintain these within 25%. So the difference between these is within 25%. This particular hanger is okay. If not, then you have to select another size or another series That is how the selection of the spring hanger is done. So let's see this procedure in the slide form and then we'll proceed for a calculation. So the procedure what we just now saw is selection of a variable spring hanger is first we have to locate the hot load in the catalog table. The second is we have to move either up or down in opposite to the actual moment. So this actual moment is from cold to hot. So if cold to hot is in the upward direction, in the catalog you have to move in the downward direction. And in cold to hot is in downward direction, then we have to move in the upward direction. So by expected amount, you have to move down. So once you reach to the required displacement, you have to find what is the cold load for the given series and size. And the difference between the hot and cold should be within the limits. Typically within the 25% is considered okay. So that is how the calculations are done. Now let's look at one numerical problem which will make this procedure more understandable. So let's say we have to select a variable spring hanger and the total moment given to us is 47 millimeters, and it is in upward direction from cold to hot condition. So in the cold condition our pipeline is here, and in the hot condition the pipeline is moving up by 47 millimeters. So this is hot condition, and operating load is nothing but the hot load. So that is given as 486.4 kilogram. So we need to select a hanger from the catalog. So let's do that. So we'll go to the catalog, locate the 486.4 inside the grid of the numbers, and from there we will find out a hot displacement for one of the series and then calculate move. So in this case we have to move opposite to upward direction, that is we have to move in the downward direction in the catalog by 47 millimeters and then obtain the cold load. So let's do the calculation. Okay, so we are at the catalog and I will just write our numbers. Our load is 486.4 kilogram force and our movement is 47 millimeters in the upward direction. So from cold to hot, we are moving up by 47 millimeters. So first step is to locate 486.4 in this particular catalog. So if you do that, we'll find that 486.4 occurs for size corresponding to 10 size hanger. So the closest to 486.4. So in this case, if more accuracy is required, then you can interpolate. So here I am taking the number which is closest to 486.4, which is 479.6. So we'll consider this as the point. Here the precision is not important since we are considering all the theoretical calculations already involved some allowance. So in general, you will not do interpolation at this level unless you are hitting upon, you want to choose another hanger, then more precise calculations by interpolation would be done. So in this case, we will move corresponding to this. This is our hot load. So we'll move along this axis. So here we are having three choices. Either we can choose VS3, VS2 or VS1. So here I am choosing the hanger which is VS3, which is having movement of, at this particular load 486.2, the movement of the hanger is 48 millimeters. Now this is hot condition position of the hanger. Now, in order to go to the cold condition, we have to move in the opposite direction. So our movement is 47 millimeter upward. So in this case, we have to move 47 millimeter downward. So we have to move downward by 47 millimeters. So that means we have to move down by 47 plus 48. So that is by 95. We have to reach 95 millimeter. So the closest to 95 millimeters is 96 millimeters. Again, here I am not doing interpolation. You could do interpolation between 88 and 96, but that much precision is not required for this hanger selection. So the closest number is 96 millimeters. So we'll move along this row till we reach the series number 10. So in the series number 10, we are getting the load as 580.4. So from hot to cold condition, the load will vary from 479.6 to 580.4. So we have to check whether this is within the acceptable range of 25%. So once we check that, then this particular hanger size 10 and series VS3 can be chosen. So we are chosen series VS3 and hanger size 10. So if this range is within 25%, then we can say that this hanger is okay. So let's do that calculation and find whether it is within that range. For hanger series VS3 and size 10, we got hot load as 479.6 kilogram force at 48 millimeters, and the load is 580.4 kilogram force at 95 millimeters. So both this 479.6 is close to 486, and this 95 millimeter is close to 47 plus 48. That is what we wanted. So the percent load variation can be calculated. So this comes 580.4 minus 479.6 divided by 4. We are calculating with respect to the operating load, so multiplied by 100. So this comes to be 21.0%. So since this is less than 25%, so we'll say that this particular hanger is okay. So that is how the one would select a variable spring hanger from the manufacturer's catalog. So let me summarize this particular session. So in this session, we have seen the methodology which is adopted for selecting the pipe supports. So we first saw what are the requirements or what is the information that is needed to design the piping supports. We have seen the different types of supports and when the advantages or the features of different types of supports and when they are to be used. We also saw the guidelines for locating the supports within piping layout. Finally, we have seen in order to select the either constant spring support or variable spring supports, we have to refer to manufacturer's catalog. So we have seen the procedure by which these hangers can be selected from the manufacturer's catalog. So I hope this information is useful for you, which is used practically in the industry, and you will benefit from this. If you have any questions, do contact me, and we'll meet again in the next session. So bye till then.